The harbour bustled, sailors, grizzled and tanned, prepared for the long voyage north. The air vibrated with the clang of hammers and creaking ropes. Anticipation hung thick, tinged with the fear only the unknown could inspire. Our ship, the Borealis, stood ready, a testament to human ingenuity against nature's raw power. We were adventurers, scientists, dreamers, all bound by the same desire to conquer the Arctic's icy grip and claim its secrets.
The ship lurched, signaling our departure. The crowd on the docks cheered, their cries swallowed by the wind. Behind us, the familiar world faded, replaced by the vast, unforgiving expanse of the Arctic Ocean. The sun, a pale ghost in the sky, did little to penetrate the biting cold. Each gust of wind felt like a knife against exposed skin, a constant reminder of the unforgiving environment we dared to challenge. But fear was a distant companion, overshadowed by the allure of the unknown.
Days bled into weeks. The ocean, a canvas of shifting greys and blues, became our world. The silence, broken only by the groan of ice against the hull, was deafening. The sun, a constant companion, offered little warmth. It cast long, eerie shadows across the ice floes, painting the landscape in hues of despair. The crew, hardened by years at sea, performed their duties with a grim determination. Their faces, weathered and lined, spoke of countless encounters with the Arctic's fury.
Then the storm hit. It descended upon us with the wrath of a vengeful god. Waves, towering and frothing, threatened to swallow us whole. The wind howled, a symphony of chaos, ripping at our sails, our sanity. The Borealis, tossed about like a toy, creaked and groaned under the relentless assault. We were but ants, clinging to a fragile leaf in a raging torrent. Yet even amidst the terror, a glimmer of awe. This was nature at its most primal, a force of unimaginable power.
The storm subsided as quickly as it arrived, leaving an eerie calm in its wake. The sun broke through the parting clouds, illuminating a sight that defied belief. Before us, nestled amidst the ice floes, lay a chasm of impossible size. Its edges plunged vertically into the earth, disappearing into an abyss shrouded in mist. Terror gave way to curiosity. Could this be the gateway to the Earth's hidden realm, a legend whispered by sailors in hushed tones? The decision was unanimous. We would descend.
The descent was treacherous. The air grew heavy, saturated with an unfamiliar warmth. Strange bioluminescent flora illuminated our path, casting flickering shadows that danced to the rhythm of our dread. As we ventured deeper, the chasm widened, revealing a breathtaking sight. A subterranean world bathed in the eerie glow of an unseen sun stretched before us. Colossal trees, their trunks thicker than ships, soared into the vaulted ceiling. Waterfalls cascaded down the chasm walls, feeding into rivers that snaked through the verdant landscape. Could this be Eden, hidden deep within the Earth's bowels? The beauty was intoxicating, but a growing unease gnawed at our courage.
The beauty of this subterranean world was but a facade, a mask concealing a darker truth. We soon discovered the ruins of a once great civilization, their structures reclaimed by nature, their stories lost to time. Whispers of a forgotten horror, a force that drove this civilization to ruin, began to plague our waking thoughts. The air, once invigorating, now carried a faint, metallic tang. Our dreams were haunted by visions of creatures with eyes like burning coals, their forms shifting in the flickering shadows.
Our worst fears were realized. Creatures of nightmare, their forms defying description, emerged from the shadows. They were the embodiment of the darkness that clung to this world, the remnants of a past long buried. Our weapons, tools of the surface world, proved useless against their unearthly resilience. We were forced to flee, our dreams of discovery shattered, our spirits broken. The ascent was a blur of terror and desperation. The chasm, once a gateway to wonder, now represented the folly of unchecked ambition. We emerged into the blinding sunlight, forever changed by our encounter with the unknown. The Arctic silence, once deafening, now held a symphony of whispers, warnings from a world that wished to remain hidden.
The Arctic air felt like it was biting us with icy teeth. All we could see was a huge, silent world of white. Well, almost all white. There was also the iceberg. It was gigantic, and the shadow of it under the water was blue, like a sapphire. You could tell there were secrets down there. Our research ship, the Aurora, seemed tiny next to the iceberg as we got closer. Then we saw the cavern. It was an opening in the side of the iceberg, just below where the ice met the water. It looked a little like a giant mouth that was about to swallow us up. We knew it would be dangerous, but we also knew we might find amazing things. Our captain, a tough Norwegian with eyes as blue as the ice itself, carefully steered us toward the opening. Everyone was excited, but also a little bit scared. What would we find inside? A lost world? New animals? We were real explorers, and we couldn't wait to find out. We took a deep breath and entered the iceberg. The light changed as we went inside. The pale blue of the Arctic sky became an ethereal green, almost glowing. The light seemed to come from the ice walls themselves, reflecting off the water. The air felt heavy, and it smelled like minerals and something old and strange. Above us, the opening to the world we knew was getting smaller and smaller. It was eerily quiet, except for the sound of the water lapping against the boat and the dripping of melting ice. It sounded like a song from long, long ago. It reminded us that we were entering a place that time had forgotten. The air was getting warmer. The Arctic chill was gone, and now it felt humid, almost tropical. As we went deeper, the ice on the cavern walls shimmered and glowed. We saw patterns in the ice like veins of emerald fire. All of a sudden, the boat started rocking back and forth. The current, which had been so slow we barely noticed it before, got much stronger. It pulled us deeper into the iceberg. We couldn't do anything to stop it. We were scared. What was going to happen to us? Were we going to our deaths? Then, just as suddenly as it started, the current stopped. We drifted into a huge chamber, so big that the light from above could barely reach us. The air hummed with a low sound, a sound that seemed to vibrate in our very bones, and then we saw it. It was so amazing, so unexpected that we all gasped.
Father?
It was a city, but instead of concrete and steel, it was made of crystal and light. There were tall buildings that shimmered like spun glass, rising from the cavern floor all the way to the ceiling high above. We could see delicate bridges that looked like they were woven from moonlight, connecting the buildings. The city glowed from within, and the moving shadows danced across the water.
What is it? Who lives here?
I didn't know what to say. This was beyond anything we could have ever imagined. It was a civilization hidden beneath the ice. As we drifted closer, I knew that our lives, and the way we understood the world, would never be the same.
Welcome, fantasy fans. Today I'm taking you on a journey to the Forbidden Temple of Eden, nestled deep within the fabled Garden of Eden. Imagine walking through vibrant greenery, with rivers flowing freely and exotic fruits glowing under a diffused sun. Yes, it's as breathtaking as it sounds. But beware, for Eden holds secrets that are not meant for mortal eyes. As I stepped into this lush paradise, I encountered a wise elder. His voice echoed with ancient wisdom. You do not belong here. Knowledge comes with a cost, yet driven by curiosity, Olaf, my brave companion, insisted, but we must understand. Venturing deeper, we came upon the Forbidden Temple, shrouded in mystery. Shadows danced on stone walls covered with ancient runes. The air grew dense with anticipation as we moved forward. The gentle hums of nature were replaced by pulsating drum beats, growing louder with every step. In the heart of the temple, Olaf discovered horrors concealed from the world, failed experiments, and ancient warnings etched into the walls. His face turned pale as he realized the gravity of our intrusion. Father, we've gone too far. We need to leave, Olaf whispered, fear gripping his voice. The revelation was overwhelming. Knowledge indeed came with a cost. The sacred garden, once a symbol of purity and life, held dark secrets not meant for us to unearth. So, my dear adventurers, tread carefully if you ever find yourself drawn to the enigmatic wonders of Eden. Sometimes the most beautiful places hide the darkest truths. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more mystical adventures. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.
The river raged. A torrent of black water surged forward. It echoed through the tunnels, a deafening roar. Olaf clung to a sliver of rock, his fingers aching. His father, adrift in the current, cried out. Olaf strained to reach him, but the water was too strong. It threatened to rip him away too. Fear, raw and primal, surged through Olaf. He had to hold on. He had to save his father. Olaf's father, a man of relentless curiosity, had sought the hidden knowledge of the ancients. Legends spoke of a secret language etched into the very walls of the world. This language, they said, held the key to understanding the universe. He had dragged Olaf along, convinced that this discovery would change their lives. Now, surrounded by the deafening roar of the river, Olaf wasn't so sure. He loved his father, but this quest for forbidden knowledge had put them in peril. The cavern groaned around them, threatening to collapse. Chunks of rock, dislodged by the relentless current, crashed into the water. Each tremor sent shivers down Olaf's spine. He watched, his heart sinking, as his father was pulled further away. A final deafening roar split the air. The tunnel ahead completely collapsed. The water surged back, a monstrous wave that swallowed everything in its path. Olaf closed his eyes, clinging to the rock with all his might, bracing for the end. Olaf awoke to a blinding light. Blinking, he found himself sprawled on a beach, the fine white sand cold beneath his fingers. The roar of the river was gone, replaced by the gentle lapping of waves. Above, the sky stretched vast and blue, the air crisp and clean. He sat up, his head spinning, and looked around. Towering icebergs glittered in the distance, their peaks kissed by the golden rays of the rising sun. Gulls cried overhead, their calls a mournful counterpoint to the serene landscape. But something was wrong, terribly wrong. He was alone. Panic surged through Olaf. He scrambled to his feet, searching frantically for any sign of his father. "Father!" he cried, his voice hoarse and thin in the vast emptiness. But there was no reply. Only the echo of his own fear against the backdrop of the Arctic silence. Despair, heavy and cold, settled over him. He had failed. His father was gone, swallowed by the depths of the earth, and he was alone, stranded in this alien, unforgiving world. Section 6. Whispers on the Wind. As the sun climbed higher, painting the icebergs in hues of pink and gold, a strange calm settled over Olaf. He sat on the shore, the wind whispering through his hair, and looked out at the endless expanse of ice and water. A voice, soft as the wind, echoed in his mind. "Curiosity is a double-edged sword, young one," it whispered. "It can illuminate the world with wonder, but it can also lead to darkness." Olaf shivered, unsure if the voice was real or a figment of his grief-stricken mind. Section 7. The price of curiosity. Olaf thought of his father, of his insatiable thirst for knowledge, of his belief that some secrets were meant to be uncovered. He thought of the river, its rage a testament to the power of the unknown, and he wondered, was it worth it? Was the price of forbidden knowledge too high? Was the human mind in all its fragility ill-equipped to grapple with the vastness of cosmic mysteries? Section 8. The allure of the unknown. But as quickly as the doubts arose, a new feeling stirred within him. A sense of awe at the sheer magnitude of the world, at the mysteries that lay hidden beneath the surface. The voice whispered again, softer this time. "The universe is a tapestry of wonders, young one. To turn away from its mysteries is to deny a part of yourself." Olaf looked up at the sky, a canvas of blue stretching into infinity. He realized that the thirst for knowledge, the desire to understand, was woven into the very fabric of his being. Section 9. A fragile peace. He was his father's son. He would honor his memory not by retreating from the world, but by embracing its wonders, its dangers, and its endless capacity to surprise. The journey ahead would be long and fraught with peril, but Olaf knew with a certainty that settled deep in his bones that he was ready. The Arctic wind whipped around him, a cold embrace that spoke of resilience and survival. He was alone, yes, but he was also free. Free to explore, to discover, and to carve his own path in a world that still held so much mystery. The journey from the depths had been harrowing, but it had also been a baptism into the vast, unknowable heart of existence itself.